Home invasion self-defense, a twisted justice. Is justice a twisted game, a cruel joke played on those who dare to defend themselves? We are about to plunge into a story that will shatter your perceptions of right and wrong, victim and aggressor. Prepare yourselves. Imagine this nightmare scenario: your sanctuary, your home, violently breached. Intruders storm in, their intentions clear, their presence a mortal threat. What would you do? The dramatic outcome of this true story is chillingly simple. 3 intruders, 1 homeowner, all dead. A single night of terror, a lifetime of questions. So we must ask the uncomfortable question, the one that gnaws at the very fabric of our legal system. Who is the real victim here? Who truly deserves our sympathy, our understanding, our justice? This isn't some fictional thriller concocted for your entertainment. This is a true story, ripped from the headlines, a stark reminder of the brutal realities lurking just beyond our doors. This happened. Our protagonist, a decorated veteran, found himself alone in his home, a quiet evening shattered. He had served his country, faced down enemies abroad, but nothing prepared him for this. Suddenly, without warning, his door exploded inward. The flimsy barrier between safety and savagery was gone, obliterated in an instant. His world turned upside down. 3 armed men stormed inside, their faces obscured, their intentions undeniably hostile. This was no mere robbery. This was an invasion, a violation of the most sacred space. Chaos erupted. A violent confrontation ensued, a desperate struggle for survival. Shots were fired, the air thick with the smell of gunpowder and fear. Life hung by a thread. Then, an eerie silence descended, heavy and suffocating. The echoes of violence faded, replaced by the pounding of a heart that refused to surrender. The battle was over. The veteran, shaken to his core, miraculously survived. He stood amidst the wreckage of his home, a testament to his training, his will to live. He was alive, but forever changed. The intruders, however, were not so fortunate. They lay lifeless, their criminal enterprise brought to a definitive, brutal end. Their reign of terror was over. The official response was swift. Police arrived, sirens wailing, lights flashing, transforming the quiet street into a crime scene. An investigation began, meticulous and thorough. The apparent conclusion seemed clear-cut, undeniable. This was a textbook case of self-defense, a homeowner protecting his life and property from violent aggressors. Justice seemed served. But then, a new development emerged. A twist no one saw coming. The mother of one of the deceased intruders stepped forward, her grief a weapon, her anger a raging fire. Fueled by fury, blinded by sorrow, she demanded justice. But not for the veteran, not for the violation of his home. She demanded justice for her son, the intruder. Her claim was shocking, an affront to common sense and decency. "My son only tried to rob him," she wailed. "He didn't deserve to die for that." The audacity was breathtaking. She leveled a grave accusation against the veteran. He used excessive force. She argued that a simple robbery did not warrant such a deadly response. Her son's life, she claimed, was worth more. Her objective became chillingly clear. The veteran, the survivor, should pay for her son's death. He should be held accountable for defending his own life. This was her twisted demand. This was not just grief. This was a dangerous, distorted worldview. This was black logic, where the victim becomes the villain, and life or death stakes are reduced to a petty grievance. And so, the courtroom drama began to unfold, a spectacle of legal maneuvering and emotional manipulation. The halls of justice became a battleground for conflicting narratives. The veteran's defense strategy was straightforward, rooted in fundamental rights. His lawyer argued self-defense, the inherent right to protect oneself from deadly harm. It seemed an open and shut case. But the prosecution, fueled by the mother's grief and public outcry, painted a different picture. They sought to demonize the veteran, to turn him into a cold-blooded killer. Their counterclaim was insidious. The veteran was trigger-happy, eager to use his military training, perhaps even enjoying the lethal confrontation. It was a smear campaign. They even dared to suggest an alternative scenario. The veteran could have de-escalated the situation. He could have surrendered, complied, allowed himself to be robbed, perhaps even harmed. The mother's justification for her son's actions was equally disturbing. She claimed her son was just trying to survive, implying his criminal act was a desperate measure, not a malicious one. The stark contrast was undeniable. The veteran survived, his home violated, but his life intact. Her son, the aggressor, did not. This was the crux of her grievance. The black logic was now fully defined, laid bare for all to see. The veteran was guilty, not because he committed a crime, but because her son failed in his. His survival was her son's condemnation. She believed the veteran was responsible for her son's death simply because he successfully defended himself. His right to live was secondary to her son's right to commit a crime. The jury deliberation was a tense, agonizing wait. The veteran's fate hung in the balance, his future uncertain, his life forever altered by that horrific night. The tension was palpable. The verdict, when it finally came, sent shockwaves through the community. Guilty or not guilty? Was justice truly served? Or was it perverted by a mother's grief and a society's confusion? This case leaves us with profound, lingering questions. What does self-defense truly mean in a world where criminals are sometimes portrayed as victims? Where do we draw the line? Is the right to defend your home, your life, absolute? Or does it come with a hidden cost, a potential legal battle, even after you've survived the initial attack? This isn't just about one veteran. It's about every homeowner, every citizen. It's about the fundamental right to feel safe in your own sanctuary. The black logic of this case forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our legal system and our societal values. Are we truly protecting the innocent, or are we enabling the guilty? This story is a chilling reminder that the fight for justice often extends far beyond the initial act of violence. It can drag you into a legal quagmire even when you've done nothing wrong. The very concept of victimhood is being twisted, contorted into something unrecognizable. When does defending yourself become an act worthy of prosecution? This case challenges us to define what we truly believe in. Do we stand with the homeowner who fought for his life, or do we sympathize with the criminal who lost his? The implications are staggering. If self-defense can lead to prosecution, what message does that send to those who might one day face a similar nightmare? This isn't just a legal debate. It's a moral reckoning. It forces us to look inward and question our own understanding of justice, fairness, and accountability. The veteran's ordeal highlights a dangerous precedent. If you survive an attack, you might then face another battle, this time in a courtroom, fighting for your freedom. This case is a stark warning. The lines between right and wrong are blurring, manipulated by emotion and a perverse sense of entitlement. We must resist this erosion of common sense. What do you think? Were the veteran's actions justified, or did he cross a line? Your opinion matters in this critical debate. This is just one story, a single, terrifying incident that exposes a deeper societal flaw. There are many more cases like this, waiting to be uncovered, waiting for justice. Don't miss out on these crucial discussions. Subscribe now to stay informed, to join the conversation, and to challenge the narratives that seek to undermine true justice. Hit that notification bell so you're always the first to know when we expose another shocking truth. Be part of the movement that demands clarity and accountability. What happens next in the fight against this twisted logic? How do we protect the innocent and hold the truly guilty accountable? Find out in the next video.